So I'm currently on my way home right now from the gym. It's like 12 p.m. at night, and just being in the sauna and like just chilling, like, I just think a lot about life and like where my life is going. And there's a lot I want to do, but right now I'm kind of in a crossroads where it comes to working, because honestly I haven't been working for like 5 months because I have to be waiting for my work permit, and which is a hassle. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy hassle, like when you can't work and you gotta survive and like you don't know where your life is going. It's a stressful. But what I do is I just take it day by day and I try to do what I can to survive mentally and just make it through until I get good news, because that's ultimately what I'm looking forward to, like getting good news, hearing something good, and like actually continuing my life and like do something with my life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard, man. Like when you're young and you have ambition, man, and you want to do something, it's hard. It's hard when you can't do anything. You just have to sit and wait and pray and hope for the best, because it's not easy out here, man. Life is hard. It's hard for a lot of people. And I don't know, I wanted to do YouTube videos, but every time I think about it to start, I get nervous because I'm worried about what people may think about the stuff that I post or whatever. And honestly, I should just go for it, and I don't know what's stopping me from actually going out there and like doing what I need to do to like enjoy life, because life can be simple and life can be hard, depends on how you look at it, So all I gotta do, man, is just pray. That's all I can do right now, is just pray and ask God for guidance and protection, because ultimately He calls the shots. Like in our lives, God calls the shots, like whatever happens to us. So we just gotta like do what's right for God, honestly. That's the only way to make it through, because if you think about this world, you get caught up in it. It's so easy to get caught up in this world because there's so much happening around us where we could just get lost. So we just gotta keep focused and just do what we gotta do, man. And I pray that life does get better, and I pray that I'll be like back on my feet, back out there doing what I gotta do, excelling in life and just getting new experiences. Because even last year I wanted to do a lot of stuff, like try different stuff here in Canada, but I just never got around to doing it. Especially with this that happened with my work permit, it's like that kind of threw me off mentally, so I didn't really want to do much. There was even a time where I stopped going to the gym because I was like demotivated, so stopped for like 2 weeks, and like 2-3 weeks I think I was like down bad mentally, like seriously, like mentally down, and I had to like, I don't know, just catch myself after a few weeks and get back out there, because I didn't want to like just kill myself mentally and just like curl up in my shell and die, because that can happen to anyone. Like stuff can happen to you in life where it like makes you want to stop pushing and trying, but we gotta keep pushing, man. That's the only way to survive in this life. We gotta just keep pushing and not worrying too much. Like just let God take control of our lives and where we're going, and that's the only way to make life better. Like just put God first, pray about everything, and He will protect us from the enemy, which is real. I know the devil is real, honestly. That's no joke. Like the devil is real, and when you're young, you don't really think about life that seriously until you get older. you know? So, which is understandable, because the way how like social media portrays life to kids, it's like a game. So you can't blame people for making mistakes when they're younger, because there are people to guide you and tell you what's right, but in your mind that's stupid, because you think that life is like forever and you have all the time in the world to like fix stuff, but you don't. Like, life can catch up on you very easily. So honestly, all you gotta do is just pray, you know? I just wanted to like make this video to like just make it. I don't know, for some reason I just wanted to do this, to record this video and just make it on my way home, you know? And to just get used to recording myself. You know, that's one of the biggest problems where people have when it comes on to like doing stuff on social media. Like, a lot of people have the issue where they feel uncomfortable on camera because they're worried about what people might think of their appearance, which is understandable. But honestly, you just gotta do it, man. Like, you just gotta do it. Like, there's been this saying that I've been saying for like a couple days now, where I'm saying, like, the only thing people can do is like talk bad about you and like try to like say negative things to throw you off mentally. But at the end of the day, in most cases, I would presume people can't actually physically hurt you, you know, where they use their hands to physically hold you back from doing something in life, which I know that happens to a lot of people. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are going through domestic violence, which is not a good thing. And I don't know why that happens, but it's crazy. It's something that happens, and, you know, it's something I've seen in my life, you know. I don't want to like go into like detail about it, but it's something that I've seen in my life where people go through domestic violence, and it's sad. It's heart-wrenching, especially for like children growing up seeing that stuff. It's like, you know, you grow up as a child and you see that stuff. It really breaks your heart, especially if you're like a male child. Like, if you see like your parents fighting and stuff like that, it's not good mentally, you know. And for me, what I've said to myself when I was younger, around like 10 years old, between 12 and 10 years old, I've said to myself, I never want to like grow up and be that kind of person where I abuse my partner or treat someone bad, you know. I know this video is kind of all over the place, but I'm just, you know, just saying all this stuff, man, just say it because it's reality, you know. I just pray, man. Like, that's all we can do, man. Pray for life, man. There's people going through a lot of stuff out there, you know what? You know, and I think what I'm going through is the end of the world, to be honest, because mentally, you know, it feels like what I'm going through is the end of the world. But I know there's people out there going through worse, you know. There are people like really suffering out there, even in Canada, man. Like, people say this country is a land of opportunities, but they are opportunities, but there's a lot of stuff that will stop you from making the most of that opportunity, you know, because people can get in your way, life can get in your way, situations can get in your way that hold you back, you know. And like I say, all you can do is just pray, man. Like, just pray to God to protect you, to just guide you, you know. Even through this past couple months, I've like gotten closer to God mentally, you know. Pray and ask for his help and his guidance and protection, you know. There's a lot. I pray for my parents, like, back home, man. I actually really miss my mom, you know, but I know I'll see her soon. on good terms, you know, like God is there and God protects you and makes sure God makes sure everything is okay. You know, so we just have to like hold faith and just keep focus and just be thankful and appreciate everything that God does for us, because we all have, like, I don't know, like, we have our blessings, but it's easy to not see your blessing, you know, and see all your downsides or things that you think you're missing in life. It's really easy to see that instead of seeing the good part of life. And that's something I should personally work on too. Like, I should really look at my blessings and appreciate them for what they are and make the most of my blessings, because a lot of times blessings don't come twice, you know? Sometimes they take a long time to come, or they'll never come again. So you have to like be grateful, you know, look at your life, like actually sit and think about your life, like on a third person level. Like you have to like take your mind out of what's going on around you and actually focus on yourself and look at yourself and see if you're actually doing the things that you should be doing to have a good life. Because a lot of the times when people don't have things going for them, it's because of you yourself. You're just not focusing on what's happening in your personal life. Like, you're so caught up in other people's lives, you're not focused on yourself. So you have to focus on yourself. You got to actually look deep in yourself. You got to talk to yourself and just say to yourself what you really want. You know, you got to look at your life. And I know for a lot of people that could be difficult to actually look in your life, because some people's lives is sad, and you know, it's better to not think about it than to think about it. But at the end of the day, if you ignore it, it won't go away. You just have to, if you really want better, you have to think about life. You have to think about life. If you really want better out of life, you have to think about what's happening in your life and do something about it. Like, it takes time, but there's always something you could do about your life to make it better and to actually get somewhere. And I pray that my life will be something great. Like, even being young, like looking back, I've always wanted to do something great with my life, but I could never like figure out what. You know, I could never put my finger on it and say this is the thing that's gonna do it. You know, that's a thing about life. You know, life is like the sea. It has waves. You know, life has waves, ups and downs, and like there's always transitioning happening in people's life. You just gotta learn to live and not constrain your mind to one thing, because the world is so big and there's so many things happening in the world. You know, it's just finding the right people that are on the same mission that you're on or has been on the road that you've been on. But sometimes it's hard, you know, sometimes, because when you don't know who to trust, like, it's hard, man. When you don't know who to trust, it's hard knowing who to take advice from or what crowd to fall in, because like mentally you don't want to fall in the wrong crowd, you know, and waste your time. But still, you have to learn to take risks. You know, life is about taking risks, and we have to take risks to like get something out of life. To be honest, we have to. You know, and I know when I post this, I'm not anyone famous or anything like that, or a person that a lot of people know, but I think some of the things that I'm saying could relate to other people, you know, and I could like say more and go on more and like think deeper, but you know, you know, there's just so much. There's just so much. Like, there's just so much in life. I'm 24 right now, and like just looking back, sometimes I think about my life growing up, and it's like replaying a movie, just thinking about growing up. And a lot of times I miss those times where, you know, when I was a kid and like some of the experiences that I've had and friends growing up, like just remembering a lot of my friends when they were younger and just people that I've known when I was younger in high school. It was so different. And after that, life changes so much. Like, it's like people fall into different patterns that you've seen other adults in when you were younger, but like life. It's a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful thing. Life is about changes. And one of my greatest aspirations is like being a good dad, when the time is right. I don't have any kids or anything like that, and I don't want to have kids right now, to be honest. I just want to figure out where my life is going and like make the way where I could see that I could have children and actually be there for my children, and actually teach them stuff and protect them from a lot of stuff. And I think that there's a lot that I need to learn still. I'm still growing, still getting older. You know, society might say I'm a man 24 years old, but I think there's a lot of stuff I still need to learn at 24 years old. Like, there's a lot of stuff I need to learn about, like, life and how to maneuver through life, and all that stuff just takes time. All that stuff just takes trying and failing and getting heartbroken. All that stuff, it all helps. Like, at the end of the day, that stuff all helps. It's all stepping stones to push you further in life and for you to actually see the true meaning of life. There's a lot of people that they think the world is so small, but it is and it isn't. Like, you could be going through something and there's no need for you to be suffering forever. Like, there actually is no need to be suffering forever. There's always a way to get out of whatever situation you're in. Like, there's always a way. It may not be the easy way, but there's a way to get out of whatever bad situation you're in. So, like, we just gotta think big and just look in our lives and just, man, just get out there. Like when you're a kid and you just gotta get out there and try different stuff and see what works, and learn from your mistakes. Like, just don't be out there doing the same thing over and over again and thinking that your life is gonna be different. You'll fall into a pattern. You never want to fall into a pattern. You always want to be unpredictable. Like, living an unpredictable life is a good life to live, because there's no guarantee on the next step you'll take. You'll always transition into something else, and that's how you survive. You gotta be open-minded to survive in this world. And yeah, I find myself watching a lot of YouTube and stuff like that and stuff on the internet. Honestly, the internet can actually brainwash a lot of people and let people think about life differently and like segregate people. But you can't let it. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's really happening in society, but it's bigger than me, and I'm still learning. But I just pray that God protects me through this crazy world that we're living in and not let me be a victim, but a victor. A victor in this world that we live in now. I don't want to be a victim of this world. 'Cause I've lost a lot. Like, I've lost friends, like, growing up, and it's sad, you know? I just pray that I'm not, like, gonna be a sad story, you know? I don't want to be a sad story. That's my fear. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna end this video right now. It's like 20 minutes, and I'll get inside and I'll post this. Like, I don't care. I'll just post it. I don't care, like, whatever whoever thinks about this. This is just part of what I think, you know? So, I'm just gonna put it out there. Put myself out there. Yeah.